Hey everybody, Miss M here. I thought I would try this. I'm going to give you your assignment for today via YouTube here. So you're now watching what I want you to do in class today. What we're doing is we're beginning the process of honoring National Hispanic Heritage Month, which is coming up very, very soon. And so in order to honor National Hispanic Heritage Month, everybody is being assigned a famous personage today, and it's random. You're all getting, from Mr. Newman, you're all getting a strip of paper with a name on it. Every name, every man and woman is a Hispanic American. You may get a name that you don't know. By the end of the period, you're going to have a better idea of who that person is. And if you want to trade that name, your option is to trade with someone else in your class that might be willing to trade with you. But other than that, that is the name that you're going to do. During the period today, your job is to begin researching the person that was assigned to you and to put the information into a PowerPoint. You need to create a PowerPoint that has at least 5 frames to it. I did not do a PowerPoint here because I thought that it would be easier to demonstrate just on pieces of paper in a Word document, which you can see here on the green bulletin board. Now, I have too much information per page. I have a lot of print here. So it ended up, for me, it was just 4 pages. I had a lot more pictures I wanted to use, but it's late and I'm ready to go home. So I only put the pictures that you see here, 4 pictures, rather than 5 or 6. So in your PowerPoint, you might have a few more pictures, and you can have more frames than just 5 frames in order to get the information on there. Some of you have been given names that are huge. Some of you have been given names that probably most of you have never heard of before. So your job is to come up with three areas if you possibly can. The first area is to discover the history of the person and what original country either they or a relative of theirs came from, one of their predecessors. They might be a first generation Hispanic American, meaning that they actually were born in a Spanish-speaking country and then their family moved here when they were small, or they moved here as adults. Or it could be they're a second generation, meaning that their parents came here and then they were born here. Or even a third generation, for example, who I have here, Ronda Rousey, was born in California, but it was her great-grandfather that was born in Venezuela and had a dream to become a physician, and he brought his young wife with him. They got on a boat and they came to New York City, and he went, as I mentioned here, and he went to Columbia University, and then he struggled to get into med school, finally managed to get into a medical school, became a very well-respected doctor, and there was even a documentary made about him called Before His Time on the History Channel. So you see that I have a little bit of background about them, and then about why are we even mentioning them? Why are they famous? Are they a famous athlete? Are they a famous writer? Are they an actor or an actress? Are they a musician like Jennifer Lopez? So why are we even mentioning them here during National Hispanic Heritage Month? Are they a scientist? Are they an astronaut like Franklin Chang Diaz is an astronaut? And if possible, if you find anything, and I'm not guaranteeing that the person that you received will even fit this bill, but if you can find out, have they used their fame to do good for the world? For example, Ronda Rousey, when she was born, the umbilical cord was wrapped around her neck, and she suffered some brain damage and could not even speak intelligibly until she was 6 years old. She uttered her very first intelligible word when she was 6. So she suffered greatly as a child. And then when she was 8, her father was in an accident, and when he discovered that he was going to end up being a paraplegic, he was not able to handle that, and he just committed suicide, and she was only 8 years old. So she suffered greatly in her childhood. But as an adult, she has ended up using her fame as first a judo champion and then a world wrestling champion to help other causes. She's used her name and her fame to work with causes like suicide prevention, example. also just helping children, and also trying to help young women to not fall into the trap of like not wanting to use their brains. They just want to, they think, oh, well, I'm pretty, so I'm just going to, my goal is to just get married and find a man who'll take care of me because I'm pretty enough for a man to marry me just for my looks. She has worked very hard to keep young women from falling into that trap. So she has used her fame for the good, for the betterment of the world. So did the person that you were assigned, have they done that? That is something for you to look for. Start today. Whatever you get done in this period, I want you to save it on your student laptop and email it to me to the address that is written up on the board, Sandra.McClanahan. Email it to me at the end of the period. If you only get 2 frames done, if you get their history done from where their family is from, and you get their a little bit about why they're famous, why we're even mentioning them, and you only get a couple of things done, okay, then email me that. But today, this is your project to begin working on. This is not a shared project. This is an individual project, and Mr. Newman will be walking around monitoring, making sure. He will let me know. Anybody who's just goofing off, he will make a note of that for me. And so if you do need help with technical problems, then you can ask a neighbor to help you with that. But other than that, this is an individual assignment today. And I want whatever you get done by the end of the period, I want you emailing it to me. I do not have OneNote set up for y'all yet with a notebook, but you can email it to me. And other than that, I hope everybody has an awesome weekend. I'm going to Alabama this weekend for a family reunion on Saturday, and I will be back here. I'll be coming back on Sunday, and I will be back at work on Monday. And everybody have a great one, and we'll see y'all on Monday, okay? Hasta el lunes. Okay, adios.